I would next request Mr. Debashish Patra for his presentation on future readiness in the sector, please.
So very good afternoon, good morning to respected Chair, Sri Avinash Lavanyaji, IS and Managing Director, MP Power Management Company, my fellow speakers from organizations and respected senior officials from various government and corporates. It is my real pleasure to be here. I am Debashish Patra, Group Executive Director from STEAG Energy Services in India. So our topic today is future ready for energy transition. So I'll quickly go to the content. First is the parent company. It's a German company. Our parents are from Germany. Then we talk about our key triad approach which we follow. Then STEAG India, our genesis and credentials. Then we talk about our various key solutions for these energy transitions. Then we come to decarbonization, green fuel. And then last but not the least, the STEAG's energy transition strategy. So our parent, as I mentioned, that it's a German company, so it's more than 87 years old. So this is our structure, where STEAG GmbH is our parent, and then we have two distinct divisions focusing on two different energy. STEAG Power GmbH is focusing on more conventional. ICONI GmbH, which is part of STEAG, is focusing on renewables. So we have very focused solutions, and you look at STEAG Energy Services India, which is 100% of subsidiary of STEAG Power, also closely working with our sister company ICONI Solutions, which is focusing on renewables. So STEAG India is fully committed to do both conventional and renewables, which is the vision in India as well. And we also have a subsidiary in Botswana, STEAG India having that subsidiary. We have a joint venture company with Hinduja and also office in Dubai to focus on Middle East and the other region. So this is STEAG journey through the energy transition. So if you look at it started very early, 1937, and various phases. That's our parent company I'm talking about. It has gone through energy transitions way before India has started. So the experience which we bring from our parent company, starting from coal-fired power plants to refinery-based plants to green energy to latest technology like hydrogen and latest combined cycle plants, it is bringing all the technological experiences from our parent to India. And in India, we had started 2001, so we are already 24 years, and we are going through the similar path. So all the experiences of this energy transition from Germany is we are bringing in India with our international experiences. So what I talk about triad is, this is our triad approach we talked about. So we have three basically key skills which makes us a little bit unique. As a owner's background, so we come from the owning and operating the power plant, so we have a owner background like the other utilities in India, like Madhya Pradesh and other states. And so we own and operate. So that comes from the owner experiences, which we do provide to here in India as well. And we have a strong engineering background. So all the power plants of Germany or elsewhere, it is engineered by STEAG's own engineering team. So that's the experience we bring in here also. And then it is supported by very strong digital technologies. We talked about a lot of enhancement in terms of carbon reductions or the efficiency improvements. So the digital division of STEAG helps in this. So this together, the three approach makes us providing the comprehensive services which we need for the power sector in the energy transitions. Now very quickly I come to India. So India we have started in 2001 as I mentioned. And we are providing various services like it mentions that we have a strong digital solutions division. We are one of the largest third-party operation maintenance service provider in India, both conventional as the renewables, coal, gas and solar. We are Government of India recognized training center. We have equipped all the technical trainings. We have a strong engineering consultancy division providing various consultancy services for the conventional and the renewable sectors. We are leading R&M, renovation modernization consultant for making the plant more sustainable or durable, and we have more than 2,000 employees in India. So our services, I will not go very deep, but just to make a statement that we provide end-to-end solutions to the entire energy chain both conventional and the renewables. So comprehensive operation maintenance, project development, then engineering services, commissioning, digital solution as I mentioned before, and then a lot of simulators which can help renovation, modernizations and rest. We have a lot of empanelment. We are working very closely with the central authorities, central electricity authorities, central regulatory commissions. We are lenders engineer for a lot of international project financing corporations. So STEAG is a trusted partner as a due diligence and others, various technological solutions provider. So what we have done in India so far, this is just an Indian experience. So if you look at it, we did a lot of performance improvements in various power plants where we have started operating and maintaining this plant. Currently, we are operating in Vedanta's Jharsuguda, where we had a significant performance improvement based on our operational practices and things. So it's a reliability and the availability both has improved significantly, as you can see. Singareni, one of the plants in Telangana, where we had made the plant, is one of the best 5 power plants in the country. There are a couple of combined cycle plants like Vatinda and Haldia, where STEAG has made a significant contribution maintaining a sustainable availability of more than 99.5%, which is needed for such a petrochemical complex. We are operating, as I mentioned, we have a subsidiary in Botswana where there is a significant availability improvement we have done with a very short span of time. We are into the supercritical field as well, where 660 megawatt, where also the significant availability and the performance improvement has been achieved. So more than 10 gigawatt of operational experience we are bringing in India, which helping the power plants to improve their performances. More than 100 plus gigawatt of engineering experiences where we have done significant achievement of one of the first supercritical 800 megawatt plants in Karnataka, and within a record time that was done. We're talking a lot of grid stability because of the renewables. So STEAG is very active also in the grid compliance studies and the stability of the grid. Advanced digital solutions we talked about before. So we are into the one of the pioneer service provider in this field, and we are very happy to announce that MPPGCL is also one of our, we are very proud to be part of them, and just happy to share to the managing director also, sir, that there are a lot of initiatives which are happening now, starting from centralized monitoring of the performance analysis systems which you have in your plant supplied by us. Now MPPGCL is going one step ahead with the proper cyber security, with the security measurements. The performance monitoring is going to come as a centralized monitoring with the advanced predictive and other solutions, which is going to be a huge breakthrough in this, which is going to happen soon. MPPGCL also, like other solutions like operator training simulator with flexibilization. It's very important that the conventional plants can operate flexibly. So STEAG is providing the flexible simulator by which you can train the operator so that in a advanced or increasing renewable space, how to run the coal-fired plant. That's very important. So MPPGCL is taking a proactive step towards setting up a training center with a lot of flexible simulators, where STEAG is happy to contribute there. And that's a really advanced step. STEAG is currently providing the energy management team at different sites of MPPGCL, where the overall efficiency improvement is kind of monitored, tested and guided too. We are also having a big engineering team to review a new project, 660 megawatt supercritical plants. So looking at the digital solution, if you see that we have a very strong experience of more than 35 operator training simulators, made are flexible, more than 130 online performance monitoring diagnostic systems have been commissioned, and there are a lot of improvement of heat rate which has been achieved. We talked about the carbon emission reductions. STEAG was proud to be associated with the part of Indo-German energy program, which most of the state utilities of the country was part of it, and it was monitored by Central Electricity Authority. So more than 85 units were mapped, power plant units, where a very significant increase of the coal savings, if you can, so more than 6.92 million tons of coal potential has been identified, and there is significant amount of carbon dioxide reduction also there. So that's digital solutions which is already been implemented in the country. Currently, we are very much focused on the centralized monitoring with advanced digital and predictive analytics. Currently, we are implementing in Mahajanko's 28 units, and we are going to soon do with MPPGCL also, starting with 4 units, which is already basic framework is already done. So the real-time fleet monitoring with predictive analytics, AI-based, AIML-based, with the digital dashboards, which is going to happen. So we have a lot of digital twins, which is also neat, not only the generation, but also transmission distribution. So for example, in the generation, we have Epsilon, we have ProTrax. On the transmission distribution and the grid side, we have Power Factory. So we make the balance of the whole generation, distribution, transmission sector in this sphere. So that also could be helping in this. We're talking about a lot of decarbonization, the green fuel, because that is the technology which everybody is going behind. And India is, of course, is one of the, as the Additional Secretary mentioned during his speech, that there are a lot of initiative and there are a lot of targets which to be done. One more minute, sir, and I'll finish. So this technology, if you see this, all this technology has been implemented in our parent company. For example, we have more than 150 megawatt of battery storage capacity in-house in STEAG in Germany. We have a lot of waste-to-energy project, methanol, green hydrogen, which is one of the power plants of us and the respective process plants we are jointly doing. Same technology we are working in India also, and we are going to soon be in full phase of providing those services in India as well. So what is our energy transition? This is my last slide. So we do operational excellence. That means not only that you come for the new renewables, but existing power plant, you have to improve the efficiency, you have to improve the availability. That's what we are doing. Wherever there is modernizations are being required, so we are doing the renovation modernizations, we are doing residual life condition assessment, and wherever fuel conversion is done, that is also we are doing. We are doing grid stability through our software and the other technology solutions. Decarbonizations, we are already up there. Green fuel, we have already providing in solar, wind, and other cities. So overall, we are completely aligned with net zero element with our all services. So thank you so much, and we look forward for any question during the question answer session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Patra. And I, at this stage, thank all the experts for their enlightening presentations. So that leaves us with good 15 minutes for Q&A. And I now throw the floor open for any questions or answers any of you guys may have. So please, ladies and gentlemen. Could we have a mic for the gentleman there, please?
I would like to know from MD Tata Power, Central Odisha, that as I have seen the performance of the Tata Power in the Central Odisha is very much appreciable. One thing I would like to know that the rate of burning of the transformer, either it is a distribution transformer or power transformer, it is very less. And also the availability of the system is very good. What specific preventive action you are taking, please share with us.
Yeah. So one of the things that we did was we tested most of the transformers. We have a health index of power transformers I'm talking about. So we have mapped a health index in which we decide transformers which are beyond 25 years, they're either retired and we take capex from OERC. So we don't keep it beyond the life. If they are healthy, we let it be. Distribution transformers, there were issues of LAs missing. Practically there are no LAs at all. So even on the first rains, you could lose 30, 40, 100 transformers in one short rain, even in the city of Bhubaneswar. So that we have installed LAs, earthing of the transformers, testing of DTs. We have a DT workshop where we repair our own transformers. So we shift transformers very under risk and we repair them. We have actually reduced from 8% to less than 3% today in DTs. Power transformer, the failure rate is practically zero. There's only one batch which was procured 10 years back. That has started failing, but OERC has allowed us to replace it at a cost. So basic things, maintenance was never being done. Even oil testing was not being done. Measuring was not being done. So I think it's basic stuff plus a little more organized way of doing, but the numbers are huge. We have 88,000 DTs. So looking after them, it's taken time, almost 4 years, but we are at the stage where we are comfortable.
And what about the breakdown of your distribution lines?
So when you have an overhead network, especially in the rural areas, so what we have done in urban areas, we have Bhubaneswar and Cuttack. There we have underground 30% in Bhubaneswar, but still largely overhead. So we have N-1 network, we have formed a ring, but that's largely in urban areas. In rural, the challenge is still there. it'll require hundreds and crores of funding. So if you do it through OERC, that will increase the tariff. So we do it through government funding. That comes at around 2,000 crores per year. That is still going on in spite of privatization. So that is helping a lot, but that's will take its own time. We have 150 square kilometers of land base in Odisha. So it has improved, but rural, the challenge is still there. It will take some more time.
Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? So, meanwhile, I have a question that either of Mr. Masood or Mr. Patra could answer. So, both of you talked about reducing the carbon footprint. So, as and when we do that, is there any prior experience you could share where we have also used that by using the carbon credits and taking the advantage of that?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, that's a very good question, sir. That is the next steps which we are going actually. And if you look at my slide, that's our parent company had started doing it. And we are going to start very soon in India as well as a carbon credit. We are already in discussion with various stakeholders in the same matters. And we'll come up very quickly on that.
So any activity for which it has already been applied or you are already in the process of doing so, that you have already undertaken so far?
See, carbon credit activities we have not done so far, but to save the carbon we have proved it that it is already done. Now we are going forward that step.
So as a technology company, we act in two ways. First is we also act as a consultant. So if any corporation or any organization needs to understand, okay, what is their carbon footprint? So we work on standard models that has been created by organization like SBTi, Science-Based Target Incentives, because that's been widely followed across the globe. At the same time, we also focus on creating, first of all, we want to become carbon neutral as an organization itself, because that's the journey which takes you with the products which we produce from our factory or technologies we bring into the market. We have a mechanism wherein whatever products that we are producing, there is a PEP Eco Passport non-profit organization where many of the technology companies have got listed themselves, and they follow some ISO models for carbon footprint calculation of a product that has been produced by a technology company. So we list our product there. So more than 75% of the products that we manufacture, they are listed in that and being considered as a green product. But on top of it, we are also, because sustainability is something which is not going to come for free. So to become sustainable, you have to invest and it will come at a cost. So there has to be an adequate amount of incentivization mechanism wherein adoption of sustainable practices been encouraged. And I believe, for the last couple of years, we have been seeing like Government of India, especially MOEF, has put forward green credit policy, which is still, enforcement is still pending, I believe, which is created 6-7 levers, which is contributing to sustainable infrastructure for the country.
Mr. Masood, my question particularly is, do we have the expertise or prior experience of leveraging carbon credits for whatever reduction in carbon footprint we are doing by various activities? Say even RDSS for that matter is leading to a lot of reduction in the carbon footprint. So how do we leverage carbon credits while taking up all these activities? Do we?
As of now, in India, we are, we only publish our carbon footprint and as a BRSR mandate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So another thing that I would want to ask Mr. Chaupal. So you talked about providing security by masking our IP address to the world or anybody who's contacting me. Now that is something that VPNs have already been doing for the past some time, and we have come to realize that that is not enough. I mean, whatever technology VPNs employ to mask my IP address, ultimately we see that whenever there's a hack or there's a cyber security threat, it is generally able to pass through the VPN's masking technology for my IP address. So I would want to know what is different that Zscaler is doing in terms of masking my IP address that will provide me the security which otherwise VPNs are not doing.
Yep. So I think very good question. So there's a slight difference between masking and hiding. So when you say masking, so you are converting a specific IP address, like private IP address with the public IP address. So you are masking your internal IP with the external IP. What we are doing is we are hiding your IP address. We are not using IP address of the organization. We are using our own IP address. Even if you say, from a department perspective, so if you have to have some kind of VPN connectivity, you need to have a public IP. Now, who owns that public IP? Department, correct? So in our case, we are not masking. We are hiding the IP address of your organization. Even the public IP of your organization, we are hiding that with the external world. So whatever the traffic or whatever the communication I'm doing with the application which is outside your organization, we are doing that on behalf of you.
That's a wonderful idea. So basically, you're not mapping my ID to anything else. You're just keeping it with yourself, and you're giving a new IP address to communicate.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Any other questions from the floor? If
Yeah,
anybody, yes, please. Could we have a mic for the gentleman, please, over there?
So my question is, the gentleman from the Schneider had talked about having an end-to-end connectivity right from all from the generation up to the users. And the gentleman from the Zscaler has talked about zero trust architecture. So the moment we talk about connecting end-to-end right from generation to the consumers, how this zero trust architecture will be actually able to help, because there are two different requirements now. So that will make it more complex.
So, if I could understand your question is, so you are saying, so you
one
have
requirement is connecting everything on the platter, the generation, the transmission, the distribution, and the end user also.
Right.
So that was the idea that was given by the Schneider, the person from the Schneider, for the sustainability, the topic that he had talked about. And the other is, when we are talking about the particular cybersecurity for, say, for a generation domain itself. So when we are talking about zero trust architecture, so that should have the complete end-to-end, it should have the similar kind of architecture.
So absolutely right, sir. So for us, so they are talking about the connectivity, connecting multiple parties, right? So our solution is, for example, you have three different parties. Now, these three different parties access each other's application. Let's take an example, some billing application or a SAP kind of application, right? So we are not saying that that is not a right way. This is a right way to have a connectivity. Now, we are sitting in line in that connectivity to ensure that whoever is accessing the application, we are verifying that whether user is valid. Second is we are enforcing all the cyber controls. Then only I'm allowed to access those resources. So we are sitting in that path, whether it's coming from A location, B location, or C location. We are sitting in the path. Now, from connectivity perspective, connectivity can be anything. It can be your MPLS connectivity or private lease line, or it can be internet, right? So we can sit in line in that channel, and we can inspect each and everything which is going through our solution.
So adding to that, so it's about IT/OT convergence. Now here, the most important role is being played by the policies which are being created. So whatever information flow is happening, it should follow an architecture which is cyber secured natively. And that's how, we don't talk of anything proprietary to become secure. Because when you have something proprietary, then you are more relaxed. You believe that nobody, because it is proprietary, so the intellectual property right is with you and nobody is going to touch that. But it is actually opposite. The more proprietary you are, more prone to get attacked. So it's better to talk on open architectures, but that architecture should be secured. The devices which you are having, let's say in a substation you are having an RTU. That RTU should be compliant to cybersecurity standards like IEC 62443, ISO 27001, IEC 62351. So there are multiple different standards. With those standards, there are cyber-secured infrastructure or architectures which are being proven. So that's how it's a convergence. It's a hand-holding between a cybersecurity technology company and OT technology company.
Yes, please. There's a gentleman who has raised hand at the back. If you could give him the mic as well right after this.
Hello, this is L.K. Rathore, Director of Cybersecurity from Ministry of Power. Basically, your question that it has to be the integrated approach. Each and individual organization have their own periphery for the cybersecurity, and when they are talking with the other utility, just for the example, I am taking this whole national grid. The generators, the solar generator or the wind generator, they are situated in sometime Bhuj or Jaisalmer. They are integrated with their ISTS, the transmission side. Then the transmission to the, ultimately it will transmit to the Madhepur or the Kanyakumari, and then again it is the user, the distribution, and finally the user level. Each and every stick, there has to be the cyber security. Integrated approach has to be adopted to secure the whole grid. So the zero trust architecture, so far as this Z-scalar, they has to be for the organization level as well as the in and outflow also, so that the whole chain has to be secure. This is the basic concept of the making cyber resilience to the whole sector. Thank you.
My question to the G-Scalar team is, I just wanted to understand whether your product is now capable of understanding OT protocols like IEC 104 or DNP3, so that it can be implemented within an OT environment like distribution automation or DCS. As far as I understand, it works well within the IT environment, but not very sure whether the zero trust architecture can still be implemented in an OT environment.
So, very good question, sir. So, yes, our solution can understand all the protocols related to the SCADA and ICS. So, one of the things, if you see, most of the customer whom I meet, right? So, when we talk about the OT, so OT is a completely air-gapped in today's environment, most of the organization, right? So, we have a solution, right? So, which we can sit inside that OT environment and can do the segmentation. One of the biggest problem for today's OT environment is, yes, they are completely isolated from the internet. But thing is, there is someone who has to go there and do some kind of update, because these OT devices also runs on some kind of firmware, right? So now problem is, within that OT environment, how we can do the micro segmentation. If you see the OT environment, they are running on a flat network. When I say flat network, if you have a 10 or 15 OT systems, they are talking to each other. They are in a flat network. So we have a solution like air gap. What it does is, even if OT device 1 has to communicate with the OT device 2, it has to be passed through this zero trust architecture, right? So what we are doing is, from a technical term, we are giving them a /32 IP address for each and every OT device. What it means is, there is no broadcast domain. If I have to reach out to the other device, it has to go through the zero trust air gap solution. So yes, sir, we can sit inside the air gap as well. And if there is any kind of communication which is happening from OT solution to the some application, we can inspect that traffic as well.
Great. Yeah, yeah.